Hello, everybody. Welcome to an episode of Sips and Scripts. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your host, Kyla.
And we are here with a very special guest, my beautiful wife, Whitney. And Whitney is here because we actually are going to be doing a special installment of Sips and Scripts. So if you've been following my social media, you would know when I first started doing this podcast, I had an idea that Whitney actually agreed to. Because she doesn't love movies that much, she doesn't see a lot of different movies that I've seen. She has agreed, if it's not a Nicholas Sparks movie, she hasn't seen it. So she has agreed that I get to choose a movie that I know she has not watched, and she has to watch it, and we will actually record her response to the movie. Now, the only little caveat is it cannot be a horror movie. She can't handle horror.
Yes, I can.
I will hold her to that. This is going on all social media platforms. So you heard it here. She says she can handle horror. So
during Halloween.
I have a couple that I don't think she could handle.
I can handle them.
Okay, we'll see.
This will be very interesting.
So the reason why we're here on this special occasion is because the new trailer for The Batman, Matt Reeves The Batman, has dropped. Starring Robert Pattinson as the titular character of Batman. Also has Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. We have Colin Farrell as the Penguin, and Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. Just to name a few. So we have a lot of people in this. We didn't get to see everybody, but so I know I've seen this trailer a ungodly amount of times. Kyla, how many times have you seen this trailer?
I've seen this trailer once.
Once, okay.
I watched it once.
Okay, good. Now, my wife, who doesn't watch movies, do you remember seeing The Dark Knight?
No, I've never seen The Dark Knight.
Okay,
and I have not watched this trailer.
And she hasn't seen the trailer. So, we are going to get her reaction, my reaction, Kyle's reaction. But for someone who's never even seen The Dark Knight, we're going to see what is her interpretation, what are her thoughts on seeing The Batman.
But I do know who Batman is.
Good.
I would sure hope so.
That's a good start. So here, ladies, if we could, let's raise our glass. Cheers.
Cheers.
To new adventures. Cheers to you guys. So here we go. Let's get to it. This is Matt Reeves, The Batman.
I thought this wasn't scary.
From your secret friend. Underneath the bridge. Who? Toppers from the leak. And the animals I've trapped. Haven't a clue. All become my pet. Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you?
You're becoming quite a celebrity. Why is he writing to you?
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Whoa! This guy's crazy!
You're part of this too. How am I part of it? You'll see.
So, initial thoughts.
I just don't understand.
Okay, that's fair. Kyla, what are your thoughts?
My initial thought is the same initial thought that I had when I first watched it. Extremely dark in a way that's, I feel like it's, or at least it comes off as darker than The Dark Knight almost, in a way.
So kind of scary.
I wouldn't say scary. I mean, I watch scary movies, so
Yeah, me too.
No, she does not. So, and I almost think the way Robert Pattinson plays this character, because I'm so used to, even with Batman's before, there's always an element of charisma that comes out in the Batman, whereas the trailer portrays Robert Pattinson's Batman as a very dark, heavy, brooding character.
So
does that make sense?
It does make sense, but just a little backstory. So based on this iteration of the Batman, this is him in year 2 of donning the cowl and cape. So this is just the second year. Okay. So you have to think at this point, he is still very, not only new, but very still rough around the edges.
Okay.
So you have to think, by the time we got to The Dark Knight with Christian Bale, he had, with Batman Begins, he had already found his footing, and just the Joker was just something that he was not prepared to go up against.
Right.
This guy is just new. So he still has that anger, he still has that pain of losing his parents, and he's just now decided, I'm going to do something about it.
Wait,
so that's probably what
order?
you're saying.
What's the order with this one then?
What do you mean?
Like, this is the third one?
No. This is a completely different series. So you have the Dark Knight series, which was starring Christian Bale as the Batman. So you had Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and then The Dark Knight Rises. That ended, got thrown away.
That was its own trilogy.
So this is like Batman's son.
Nope. No. This is a completely different Batman.
I didn't know there could be multiple Batmans.
Oh, there have been multiple. There was just one 3 years ago with Ben Affleck. This at some point happens a lot. So yeah,
I'm just trying to understand. So there's more than one Batman.
No, we're in the universe. There's one Batman, but there are different people who have played Batman. But when a new movie comes out, it is like no other Batmans have existed.
Yeah. It's as if you're watching it as if no other Batman has ever existed before, or you know, yeah.
So we'll go through the Dark Knight trilogy at some point. Maybe because this movie isn't coming out till 2021. So as it gets closer to that, we'll watch the Dark Knight trilogy, just so you can kind of understand the mythology around Batman. The big thing is, and probably what you're feeling from that trailer, is the sense of horror or like suspense, is because of what I think we can now almost confirm the actual villain, which is the Riddler, played by Paul Dano. So if you've ever seen Paul Dano, I know you haven't, but have you seen There Will Be Blood?
I haven't yet. I know. I have it in my queue to watch.
Oh no, hold on. Let me.
Don't come for me when I didn't send for you. I have it in my queue to watch.
Okay, so if you want to know how menacing
taken...
he can be, how terrifying he can be, because that role.
Because I've seen Paul Dano. I've seen him in other roles.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. And he's a phenomenal actor.
He's a great actor.
So he's gonna play a really good Riddler.
And he's gonna be scary.
I think he's. A lot of times with the trailers, they just want to, honestly, and especially when it comes to superhero films, they just want to curve your expectations. So when we found out Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman, people were like, he's weak, he's the Twilight guy, So that's why they showed him as being scary, brooding, and mysterious.
Yeah.
So it's like, nope, throw it out the window because he's not that guy.
I guess because I don't know if, coming from somebody who did watch and read the Twilight series, Robert Pattinson in that role was dark and brooding and mysterious.
Yeah,
so
but he glistened in the sunlight.
Yes, I mean, obviously he's playing, a heartthrob, he's playing a love interest, he's playing those things, but I think that it wasn't, for me, being, knowing him from that series, it didn't deter me from him playing that role, because, especially for how they portrayed him in this trailer, it wasn't too far of a stretch for me.
Oh yeah, no, I was excited.
And also, I'm coming from also watching Robert Pattinson in I think it was The Lighthouse.
Yep, I saw The Lighthouse.
If you saw The Lighthouse, this is like...
Oh yeah, no, he's
character.
If you don't believe Robert Pattinson can act, you just look at his most recent indie films, and he's gained his chops, so he can definitely handle any role. But yeah, just to put a cap on the Paul Dano conversation, I didn't know who the main villain was going to be, because in this we have the Riddler, we have Catwoman, we have Penguin, and I believe there's some other villains that are listed that will appear in the movie.
Okay, now this is gonna be a crazy question. Where's the Joker?
You don't want to touch that right now. So you still have the best Joker, who is Heath Ledger, and then you have the very great, very admirable performance by Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and then you have the very trash, dumpster fire Jared Leto Joker. So at this point,
I think they're trying to. I think he's
don't introduce a new Joker until you see what you have with Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Right. So the Joker's not going to be in this movie.
Not that I know of. Now you could always do a surprise, but I'm hoping not.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was like an ending.
So I prefer the Joker not be in this movie.
Was he terrifying to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Scary.
Well,
I saw him in my dreams one night.
Well, you know what? Batman has the best villains, or the rogue gallery, as they're referred to. He has the best villains of anybody. So yeah, I'm excited that we get to see other villains. Get to see Penguin other than Danny DeVito. Get to see Riddler other than Jim Carrey. No offense.
Right.
So yeah, no, I'm excited for this one. Was that guy with the beard? Was that Harvey Dent? No, he was too big. Who was that? And I don't want to look it up because I don't want it to give it away now. But I'm very excited about this. Now let me ask you this, Whitney: Are you excited to see it, or are you terrified?
I mean, it's a combination of both. I wouldn't necessarily use the adjective terrified.
Okay.
But it does seem like it would be like a little scary. I think there are going to be some parts where I might have to hide behind you.
I
almost did on the trailer, but then I just was tough.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did anything stand out to you? I'll ask this for both of you. Did anything stand out to you that either made you very excited or just very curious about what type of movie this will be?
Well, it did make me look for to see if there was going to be a love story, like some type of romance in it.
That's honestly, you know what? That is fair because Batman and Catwoman do, in the comics, have a relationship. They wind up having a child.
Okay, I really hope that they have a relationship.
I don't know if that's going to be in this.
Oh, you're getting me really excited.
But I'm just saying, it could be there. So I say that to say, you will see sexual chemistry and tension between Batman and Catwoman. So there will be something there that will spark your interest.
Okay,
so,
then that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. Kyla?
This will be... I'm honestly interested to see... I'm really interested to see how Robert Pattinson plays this Batman. Because, like I said, from watching him from the Twilight series and from The Lighthouse, and even other movies that I've seen him in, I feel like this is going to be the most physical
for sure
he's ever been. And I also think that this will be... There was a moment where in the beginning of the trailer where he's like I don't even know if it was the beginning. I can't remember where it was at, but where he's like beating a guy to a pulp. I feel like that's the most.
No, that's towards the end.
Yeah, it's the most angry. Because normally we're used to seeing Batman being like, you know, intense, but not
Controlled.
Yes, that's a good way to say it. But at that moment, he's already knocked the guy down, and then he's just taking it a step further.
And again, I think that lends itself to, this is his second year doing this.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit more virile in what he does.
A little bit more carnal.
Yeah, there's no sophistication in his fighting. Right. It is just simply, I know I can beat everyone up.
Yeah.
I'm going to beat you up, and watch what you say about my dead mother.
They also really, really beef him up. Like, and I don't know how much of it is.
So, I mean,
because I will say, and honestly, like, aside from when, like, the clips where he's just, Bruce Wayne versus when they have him as the Batman, it looks a little bit more CGI touched. When he's the Batman.
You know what?
If that's,
it could be, but I'm honestly, I'm hoping, because I'm feeling like they're really trying to sell you on Bruce Wayne is young, and he's just trying to figure his way out. So you have a Batman who maybe, I think the suit is a little bit fake, but I think we'll know that. I think it's because he hasn't grown into his body yet. So as they make more, I think we'll start to see more of a natural bulk and get to the point where he is like just a brooding male who towers over people, which is how Batman is.
Right.
Which is why I think a lot of people love, and a lot of people love Ben Affleck as Batman, because Ben Affleck is 6'4", 230. Just like Goodwill Hunting days, that's how big he was.
Right, yeah.
So you put him in a Batman costume, and it's like Justice League.
I didn't.
Or Batman vs Superman.
I think I saw
because you saw Batman vs Superman.
I can't remember if I saw Batman.
He's a
I saw like clips. I don't think I saw the whole movie.
Okay, he's a really good Batman.
Yeah.
He's not a good Bruce Wayne. And for me, I need you to be a good Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah.
Because here's, at the end of the day, it's all stunt people doing the fighting and stuff.
Right.
I need to believe you are a billionaire philanthropist who is like, your stomach turns at the thought of crime.
Yeah.
I didn't get that from Ben Affleck. I got that from Christian Bale.
Yeah.
I got a version of that from Michael Keaton. A version of that. Didn't get it from George Clooney. Certainly didn't get it from Val Kilmer. But I think I'm going to get it from Robert Pattinson. I think I'm going to get that confused billionaire who's like, I don't know what else to do. So I'm just going to do my own thing.
I agree.
So I'm excited for this movie. Sounds like Whitney, you're excited.
Yeah.
Kyla, you're excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we would love to hear what you guys think. How many times have you watched the trailer? Do you guys have any theories or any hidden Easter eggs that you saw? We'd love to hear about it. As always, we ask you guys to please drink responsibly, have fun out there, and we'll see you next time.